everyone, it's Jess from Pinecone Papers, and in this video I'm going to show you some easy ways to simplify your planner to prevent decision fatigue and help you stick with planning. The very first thing I do when I'm creating a new month or starting a new planner is to flip through my past pages and see what I want to keep and what just isn't serving me well. This really helps me to prepare to set up my new pages. When I start a new month, I like to try to come up with a theme. For July, I recreated a little camper I drew a few years back for a camping list spread I made. This is just another great way to simplify if you don't draw very often. You can repurpose your covers or take doodles from other spreads you've done in the past. You can also recreate something that you've maybe seen on Pinterest or on Instagram, or you can also search for little doodle tutorials too. The key is to not feel obligated to come up with every single idea yourself and to create something new every single month. Since my planner is very minimalistic in a lot of ways, I usually don't carry drawings and doodles through my planner like many people do. Instead, I choose a color or two from my main cover page, and then I use that color throughout the month in my planner. The colors that I picked for July are mainly this pink and teal color. So for the rest of the month, I'm going to use the pink to highlight behind any big headers, and then I'm going to use the teal to highlight anything super important. I like to choose one header style and use it throughout the entire month. This helps me to get things written out a lot faster, especially since I know how much room a header takes. I do use a few different headers on any special pages, like a spread I did for my son's school trip, since I just wanted to make that one a little different and fun. But otherwise, I stick to the easiest header I can create, and I just like how it keeps things uniform and simple. I have several tracker pages in my planner and they all follow the exact same format. This is just one example of how I templatize my planner to keep things simple. Part of why I did this was because it's very easy to set up each month, but I also like to keep these in the same format so that it's a lot easier to see the trends across the board rather than trying to have 4 different types of trackers. The same goes with my weeklies and other spreads. It's very comforting to have the same layout throughout the planner for each type of spread. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't experiment, it's just nice to not have to reinvent the wheel every single month. You can also download and print calendars, trackers, or other layouts and then paste them into your planner, or you could use page-sized sticker paper so you don't need to draw everything out. If you've been following my blog, you probably already know about my Flare Symptom tracker, but if you want to download that as an easy printable, the link's in the description below. A surefire way to stop using your planner is to just never allow yourself to make mistakes or miss filling in your trackers or your calendar spreads. But you're human and you're going to make mistakes. You need to just let yourself cross things out, write the wrong date like I did up here, get confused or use the wrong color or spill stuff all over your planner. Most importantly, when you're really feeling terrible or you're going through something difficult and you're just in survival mode, you can give yourself permission to neglect your planner so that you can just get through. I've linked another video below where I talk about why it's perfectly okay to neglect your planner. It's really important to cut yourself some slack. Like a lot of people, I use sticky notes to quickly understand which pages I'm going to create and the order that they're going to go in. I also use sticky notes to transfer quick lists over. So in this example, I had not created my July pages by the end of June, and I knew I had a huge week coming up since it was a holiday and I was on vacation. So at the end of June, I started a sticky note that had all of my events and tasks already listed out for me. When I created my July weekly, everything was just ready to go. You're probably the only one that's using your planner, and even if you're sharing it with someone, they probably know you well enough to know how you write. That's why you don't need to write every single word all the way out if you don't want to. You can use shortened words, abbreviations, and other shorthand that you know that you're going to understand later. This saves a ton of time and space. So I've saved this tip for last because it's just tough. It's something that you may not want to do if you've already been planning for some time and you really enjoy the creative styles and you've worked really hard to learn them. But if you're finding that you're making excuses to not use your planner that are like, it just takes too long to draw that out, or I need to go on to Pinterest and find some inspiration first, it might feel great just to get back to the basics. If you're using the bullet journal method, I recommend heading back to Writer Carol's site and just reading through how to set it up all over again. If you've never used the bullet journal method, you might go there and learn about it, and you might find that it works really well for you. Then you can just grab a single pen and put everything else away. Put away your stickers and your washi tape and everything. And then just only use one pen and use the method as Writer teaches it. It'll really help you to kind of get back into the whole process of planning, the whole process of writing down things that are important. And if you do it every day, you might find that you're back into the habit of planning and you can get back into the habit of being creative again. So those are 8 ways to simplify your planning, and I hope that's helped. Thanks so much for watching, and subscribe if you haven't already. You can check out my description below to sign up for the newsletter and get free printables and other tips and ideas for planning with a chronic illness. And I'll see you in the next video.